Welcome back. Still watching Spectrum Television live from Ibiakuran in the heart of Uruan local government area. I know that Francis, who is an Oron man, would prefer we say it's from Uyo. Okay. It's so nice to have you back, Spectrum TV, reaching out across the world. Okay, so it's a flagship show, Rise and Shine, and it's Francis Eden and Michael Bush right here doing our thing. Up next, in focus now would be our governor, the governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Moino, is about celebrating his first anniversary. As a matter of fact, the build-up has already begun, and everywhere you turn, the governor is either inaugurating this or that project. We have two gentlemen, two Akwa Ibom distinguished sons, one in Lagos, the other in the UK, and both will be joining us live this morning to shine the light and share their perspectives on that. First, though, let Francis and I just quickly tell you that any moment now we're expecting our live studio guests, Rotarian Kubiat Mbaba. When he comes, we'll be discussing more with him. But meanwhile, we'll go live to the UK where Minister Kufre Okon is, and then in Lagos, we'll be joined by Dan Chris Ebie. Okay, we're just waiting. Francis, we're waiting for those two gentlemen to come on. As soon as they do, we'll now be able to take them on. But first anniversary of Governor Moino, you are an Akwa Ibom son. You are around here. You move around. Do you still think, do you believe, do you know that you have seen enough to say, oh, this has been 1 year well spent?
Well, I'll be fair on the governor and also very critical of the governor because I'm going to be very, very personal for two reasons: my work environment and where I'm from. My work environment, the Ibiakuran Dwetonku Road, has been in the mess for the last 8, 9 years. And
so you can't blame this governor now for
I can't blame him for the 8, 9 years of the past administration.
You can blame him for the 1 year.
But I can blame him for the 1 year. And the reason I'm blaming him for the 1 year particularly was because he was here with the outgone governor.
Okay, during the inauguration
yes,
of
during the
TV.
inauguration. And the governor promised on live TV then that this road will be completed.
That was that governor?
Yes, that was that governor. That this road will be completed within his administration before he leaves office. So I expected, since it wasn't done, it would become part of the first few projects that Governor Pastor Moino is going to look into.
Did Pastor
No,
Moino
he
promise?
did not promise, but I was expecting. And because his focus is connecting the dots, it's rural, stepping the ties of rural-urban migration, providing an enabling environment for businesses to flourish. And we have been here for the longest time. So if you're looking at where to start, I would have expected the governor would start here to show other businesses, and especially people in the diaspora who are coming into the Akwa Ibom State or planning to come down, that, okay, we are committed to what we say, and it's not about, whatever political sentiments or personal sentiments people might think about. For that, that's my issue, and I hope the governor will change the narrative as we go into the second year.
Sure.
Moving away from that, the airport road, Nsarata Kobo Oron Road, has also been another cause for concern. Literally, I know the governor has kickstarted a couple of road projects, internal road projects in Oron. There have been some medical projects in Oron as well. I commend the governor for that. But if you fix internal roads and you've not fixed the major linkage to that area, that is the reason why we had the issue of they kidnapped Chief Judge, that gained relevance after she was kidnapped. Then the orderly was
a judge. I'm not sure it was Chief Judge.
It was a judge, rather. A judge, rather. Now, if you also go through that area, because of people trying to navigate, leave the bad road and go to the alternative route, kidnappers are using that place as a safe haven. And if we get the road fixed, if the governor is able to get the road fixed, we are going to avoid all of those issues that is happening almost on a daily basis. I mean, it's not all the people that get kidnapped that are makes it to the news. But then, outside of that, you're looking at investing in the elderly. I give it to the governor. He's made some great improvement, even though some of the people would say, oh, that's not a culture, that's not a way of life. I personally wouldn't take my mother to the elderly people. I can take her out for a few times just to spend time with the people within our peers, but to go and leave her there, definitely not working for me. But the governor has made significant achievement in that area. You go into the area of agriculture. We've seen some initiatives that have been kickstarted by the governor. They are commendable. Now, that leaves us with the question of how many of these people who have actually benefited from the project will be patriotic enough to utilize the funds they have gotten, utilize the seedlings, and then be able to do what they're supposed to do with these resources for the betterment of Akwa Ibom State. You leave agriculture, women initiative, especially the one that was recently launched in partnership with the wife of the president, the first lady of Nigeria, Senator Luremi Tinubu. You go into the loan, low interest loan that was announced for traders when we launched the food voucher, food policy anytime market. That was another way, because we know what our women and traders go through to get high interest loans from individuals who exploit them. So you find a trader who is going to the market, but every day of her life she's selling to pay back a high interest loan. So that for me was another milestone. There are other things that the governor has done that is worth commending.
I just like the fact that you're quite balanced, Francis. I like it, and perhaps the governor should also start looking at your way to make it one of his mouthpieces. Yes, because I mean, very balanced critique, and that's just essentially what is absent in this country. Terry, what about our guests? Are they ready? Can we go to Lagos? Can we go to the UK? Okay, so Dan Chris Ebie. He's a big boy. He plies his trade in Nollywood, and it's very nice for him to join us. Dan, good morning from Ibiaku, Urwan, in Urwan local government area of Akwa Ibom State.
A very good morning to you, dear great Akbarava Michael Bush.
I'm right here with Francis.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can see you clearly. I'm here with Francis. Francis, you have been with Francis a number of times.
Good morning. Good morning. I always like to, even though we're in the diaspora, like some people call us, I like to also remind our viewers that we are from Akwa Ibom.
So, what was the last time? Yes, Dan, Governor Moino is celebrating his first anniversary in office as the chief executive of Akwa Ibom State. When was the last time you came around here?
I'm always in Akwa, but I left Akwa Ibom barely 3-4 weeks back. After staying for almost 2 months.
Absolutely. You went around.
You
went around. You saw things.
I'm very connected.
What did you see?
Pardon me?
What did you see? I know that during your 2-month stay, you went around the state. What did you see?
Yes, I am not the government worker, so to speak, but I can relate well to what is happening in Akwa Ibom, and especially with the antecedent of our current sitting governor. I've seen things that, Akwa Ibomites, if they are real to themselves, will say that, yes, this a new governor is interested in things that would touch lives, right? Like I'm one of those advocates that used to go against governors coming, to talk about road construction, where the lives of people who really matter. And I have seen that he has deviated from just celebrating road construction to touching life. And this, for me, is one of the things that I applaud him for. The food voucher aspect of provision for Akwa Ibom is one of the things that I saw before I left. I think it's happening right now. If I'm right, providing food vouchers and food bank for Akwa Ibomites. It's a laudable one. I can remember what happened a few years back with the palliatives issue, with so many state governments keeping palliatives away from the citizenry. So I saw that happen. I also saw the fact that he's also interested in making business, those who have small business enterprises, have funding from the BOI intervention funds that he's also has put in place. These are some of the few things that I've seen, amidst the limited resources that he has. Let's not forget that, because I know that I know sometimes we are not allowed to, say things the way they are. But I know he's not having the kind of funds that he would love to have to be able to do more. But I know that with the little he has proven and has shown that he's really, really interested in the lives of the ordinary Akwa Ibomite.
Dan Chris, I know that Francis is in haste to take you up, but if you say, this is just by the side and could be taken in the lighter mood, but if you say that the governor, Francis, has he doesn't have enough funds with his humongous war chest, so to speak, then what about us? What about that media group? What about you? If you say that the money, the humongous funds at the disposal of the governor is not enough, what about us? What will you say are honest? But that's just in the lighter mood, Dan Chris. Francis is up next. Yeah, Francis.
Well, Dan, I know that in our conversation, the primary focus has been the entertainment industry. And we all know the amount of wealth that can possibly be generated, the amount of employment that can possibly be generated with the right investment. So I'd like to know, it's been 1 year already. What is your assessment of Pastor Omoino to that regard?
Nothing serious, I would say I've not seen any serious involvement in the sector yet, and I know that for sure that there are things in the pipeline. 1 year is not enough for us to begin to assess what he would do for the our area of our industry. But I know for sure he is also an offshoot of this industry. Of course, tourism and entertainment. Of course, there are a few appointments made, and I'm hoping that those that have been appointed will be able to advise and guide on how the government can, provide an enabling structure for the industry to thrive. I'm hoping that in the near future, probably in the next few months, that we'll begin to see, traction in this in the area that you mentioned. But so far, nothing really, except for I remember vividly that during the Christmas period, a lot happened. I think I can add that to the Governor Omoino's tenure, that he actually, for the first time, Akwa Ibom had places to go, for entertainment and for happy hour, happy hours throughout the month of December.
Okay.
So I can deduce that,
Yes. Dan Chris, because of time and the lack of it, because our main studio guest is already in the live studios, we'll just round off now with you by asking you, in what area or areas do you want to see improvement as Governor Omoino graduates into his second year in office?
I want to see more traction in the business area. Let people begin to look away from government. Because over the years, a lot of people have been, if you're not a politician, you cannot actually make it, as an Akwa Ibomite. I am hoping that the Bank of Industry loans that will be made for small business enterprises can kick off. I know there's a concerted effort in that area so that people can get money and invest, in businesses, that would create more value. And of course, give credence to the fact that people can actually get to do something, without having to look up to the government.
Okay.
Secondly, I'm also looking at agriculture, which is also he's working on, that more Akwa Ibom should go back to the farms, and provide opportunities for, they should provide opportunities for mechanized farming tools, implements.
Okay. Dan Chris, because of time and the lack of it, we just must call it a day here. We're here. I'm here for another 10 working days. And I look forward to bringing you in from time to time. I really look forward to having you. Yeah, Terry.
I'll be glad.
Yes,
sure. The good work. Well done, Francis. And Well done. You people are giving us hope, from diaspora to know that, there's a reason for us to come back home and support what the government is doing.
Absolutely
fantastic. And we will do that.